Diesel's dominance, a love affair with torque. India, land of spices, vibrant colors, and diesel cars. Absolutely. For years, diesel engines ruled Indian roads. Why? Simple. They were cheap to run. Diesel was cheaper than petrol. People loved the Kitna-Dati high factor, fuel efficiency, plus that torque, perfect for navigating crowded streets and hauling heavy loads. From Maruti Suzuki to Hyundai, every manufacturer worth their salt had a diesel offering. But then came a game-changer BS6 emission norms. Like a stern headmaster, the government wanted to clean up the act of these polluting machines. BS6, short for Bharat Stage 6, arrived in April 2020. Think of it as a stricter set of rules for car emissions. These rules aimed to reduce harmful pollutants like NOx or nitrogen oxides and PM, particulate matter. Great for the environment, but it meant big changes for diesel engines. Manufacturers had to scramble. They needed to make their diesel cars comply with these stringent norms. This wasn't just about tweaking a few things, it was a complete overhaul. Imagine trying to make a cup of tea in a high-tech lab. That's what BS6 did to diesel engines. Sophisticated technology was needed to reduce emissions. Enter DPF, diesel particulate filter, and SCR, selective catalytic reduction. These systems trap and neutralize harmful pollutants. Sounds complicated? It is. And with complexity comes the question of reliability. The DPF, for instance, needs to go through a process called regeneration to burn off the trapped soot. If this process doesn't happen properly, like when you drive only short distances, it can lead to problems. Here's the million-dollar question. Are these new-age BS6 diesel cars as reliable as their older, simpler counterparts? The jury is still out. Some argue that the added complexity of emissions control systems could lead to more things going wrong. Others say that advancements in technology ensure these systems are robust and reliable. Truth be told, it's a bit of both. Yes, there's potential for issues with the complex emissions control systems. Sensors can fail, filters can clog, and electronics can act up, but it's not a rampant problem. Section 5. The old guard versus the new recruits, a tale of two diesels. Let's compare apples to oranges, shall we? Take the older generation Hyundai Creta diesel. It was known for its punchy engine and relatively fuss-free ownership experience. Now compare it to the newer BS6 version. It's cleaner, yes, but there have been some reports of DPF-related issues, especially in cars driven primarily in city conditions. However, it's not all doom and gloom. The newer Maruti Suzuki Brezza diesel, with its SHVS, which stands for Smart Hybrid Vehicle by Suzuki Technology, has received positive feedback for its fuel efficiency and performance. It seems manufacturers are learning and adapting. Section 6. What the experts say, Guru Granth Sahib of Grease Monkeys. I rang up my mate, a mechanic with grease under his fingernails and more car knowledge in his little finger than most people have in their entire bodies. BS6 diesels? He scoffed. They're like fussy eaters. Need the right fuel, the right driving conditions, the lot. He's right to some extent. BS6 diesel cars are more sensitive to fuel quality and driving patterns. Use the wrong fuel, and you risk damaging the expensive emissions control system. Drive mostly in stop-and-go traffic, and the DPF might not regenerate properly. Section 7. A breath of fresh air. The upside of stringent norms. Let's face it, we can't ignore the elephant in the room, or should I say the smog in the air. BS6 norms, while a pain for some, are doing their job. Cities are breathing a little easier. The air is cleaner, and that's a good thing for everyone. Plus, manufacturers are pushing the boundaries of technology. We're seeing more efficient and refined diesel engines. The future might hold even cleaner diesel technology. Who knows? Section 8. The price of progress, cost implications of BS6 technology. All this fancy tech doesn't come cheap. BS6 diesel cars are significantly more expensive than their BS4 counterparts. The price difference can be substantial, sometimes even pushing buyers towards petrol or CNG options. Then there's the cost of maintenance. Those complex emissions control systems need looking after. A DPF replacement, for instance, can burn a rather large hole in your wallet. Section 9. Diesel's future in India. Are the glory days over? So, are new diesel cars in India losing their edge? It's complicated. They're cleaner, yes, but also more complex and expensive. Reliability, while not a deal breaker, is a concern for some. Ultimately, the choice comes down to individual needs and driving patterns. If you clock high mileage, primarily on highways, a BS6 diesel might still be a good option. But for city dwellers, the scales might tip in favor of petrol, CNG, or even electric vehicles. One thing's for sure, the Indian automotive landscape is changing, and diesel is no longer the default choice it once was.